Welcome back to Crime Podcast, where we delve into the most impactful and often heartbreaking stories of crime and justice from around the world. I'm your host, Jay, and today's episode is about a pivotal moment in American history: the tragic bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama, and the long road to justice that followed. It was a quiet Sunday morning on September 15, 1963. Around 10:24 a.m., the peaceful air in Birmingham was shattered by an explosion. A dynamite bomb detonated in the back stairwell of the 16th Street Baptist Church, a spiritual home for the African American community and a hub for civil rights meetings. The blast was devastating. It ripped through the wall, killing 4 young girls, Addie Mae Collins, Cynthia Wesley, Carol Robertson, and Carol Denise McNair, and injuring more than 20 others inside. The damage was both physical and emotional, a brutal act of racial hatred that cast a pall over the nation. This church had long been a target for those opposing civil rights. Frequent threats, acts of vandalism, and outright violence. Birmingham was a city simmering with racial tension, and this attack was a shocking escalation. The bombing wasn't just an isolated incident. It was a heinous symbol of the violence many African Americans faced during the civil rights movement. The crime prompted an immediate response. Birmingham's FBI office launched a thorough investigation. They contacted the FBI director and sent agents on military jets to the scene, dedicated to cracking this case. Assistant Director Al Rosen claimed that the Bureau approached this investigation as most heinous and with no holds barred. Dozens of agents worked tirelessly through September, October, and into the next year, interviewing thousands of witnesses, conducting surveillance, and disrupting Ku Klux Klan activities. They used polygraphs, microphones, and other technical tools, trying to find the evidence that would lead them to justice. By 1965, the FBI had identified several suspects, members of the Ku Klux Klan, including Robert E. Chambliss, Bobby Frank Cherry, Herman Frank Cash, and Thomas E. Blanton Jr. But there was a problem. Witnesses were afraid to testify. Physical evidence was scarce, and the legal system's restrictions at the time made it difficult to use surveillance as admissible evidence in court. And here's a common misconception. The story that Director J. Edgar Hoover blocked prosecution is false. Hoover was committed to justice. He simply believed the evidence wasn't enough to convict. Decades passed. For years, the case remained unresolved. But in 1977, Robert E. Chambliss was finally convicted and sentenced to life in prison, an important step in the long pursuit of justice. The case was reopened in the mid-1990s. Eventually, in 2000, Bobby Cherry and Thomas Blanton Jr. were indicted and convicted, both sentenced to life in prison. Herman Frank Cash, another suspect, had died in 1994. It took nearly 4 decades, but justice was served. This story isn't just about a tragic act of violence. It's a testament to perseverance, justice, and the fight for civil rights. The convictions brought some closure to the victims' families and served as a reminder of the devastating cost of hatred. The bombing drew national attention to the violence tethered to racial prejudice in America, pushing civil rights forward. The road to justice for the victims of the Baptist Street Church bombing was long and arduous, but it proved that even in the darkest moments, persistence can bring truth to light. Thank you for listening to this episode of Crime Podcast. If you found this story compelling, subscribe, leave a review, and join us next time as we uncover more stories of crime and courage. Until then, stay safe, stay curious, and remember, the truth always matters.